Hello everyone, I thought I'd just turn my camera and microphone on and just talk about everything that we've learned over the last few days, just thanks to the Mario Kart World Switch Direct, and all the information that's kind of followed out of that as well from the Japanese website, and just a few other places too. And I want to specifically talk about my thoughts and opinions on the Direct too, because let's be completely honest, there have been some seriously mixed reactions to this all, which are all completely valid. I 100% agree that when Nintendo does something extremely well, we should definitely be praising it and just sending it to all heavens, right? But in contrast, when they don't quite hit the mark as well, I still want to give my opinions on that and just sort of hold them accountable and just give you all my information and thoughts about it all too. So I think what we'll do to actually start this off is just go over my actual thoughts on the Nintendo Direct for Mario Kart World, now that I've had a few more days to kind of just ponder it all, and then just go into all the information that wasn't in the Direct, that's been made available from the website, and then just a few question marks that just leaves me thinking there's more things around it that we just don't know about yet. And that's okay. If you want to just skip to a certain part for the new information, I won't be personally offended. So if you want to use the timestamps below to find the exact part of the video that you want to see, go for it. They're all down there. Before we actually do jump into all of this as well, just be aware that I am giving away a Nintendo Switch 2 on this channel, and the only thing you have to do to be part of that giveaway is simply just be subscribed. So that's it. Let's get into this video. First things first, I am so extremely hyped for Mario Kart World, it's unbelievable. But since the Nintendo Direct and my thoughts directly after it, I've of course had time to sort of sit with it all, watch it over and over again, and then also have the opportunity to listen to other people in the industry and the community as well, and just sort of take all their feedback on board too, and sort of, it's given me a little bit of a different look at it all. Again, right, like first things first, I'm so damn hyped for this game. The open world segment and just how everything's connected, it's gonna be extremely incredible to play, and I have no doubt this thing is going to be a system seller, even if that Direct didn't convince me otherwise and it kind of just gave me information that I already knew. But from the average consumer that isn't looking at all the previews, the Direct treehouses, all that kind of stuff, this would have been nice for them. So I'm thinking more about the parents of kids who maybe don't have enough time to sort of sit down and watch hours of footage from mobile phone devices and all over the internet. This would have been good for them. Was it good for me as a massive Nintendo fan and Mario Kart fan that wanted bigger and broader, big story and all that kind of stuff? Not really. It kind of, as Sammy D from Kart Life put it, it just left me wanting more. Like, I played Mario Kart Tour a lot on the mobile game, and you always just wanted more, and the ideas were there, and the foundation was just there to just keep building upon it, and I feel like that's here as well. Of course, they have already come out and say, hey, look, Rainbow Road's gonna be there. We haven't shown you it yet. Go figure it out yourself. And I really do like that approach. The same thing kind of goes for the characters for me at the moment. I, in particular, think there are going to be more. By that, I think there's going to be more actual new characters, and I think there's going to be more reskins. However, I would have just liked to have said just a one-liner in that Direct that goes, what else is hiding out there? That for me as a Mario Kart fan would have been like, all right, awesome. You get the community up and about. They go, wow, this is going to be a real expansive game, and they're not telling us. That's exciting. You don't have to tell us everything, but just give us a one-liner, That's what I wanted. Okay, the story mode, maybe that was just a big expectation in my head, but I mean, when you come out and just give us this big, expansive world, you start thinking, wow, these possibilities are truly endless, right? And again, they might not have shown everything just yet, but if you are going to have a story mode, you're probably going to show it in a Direct. Don't get me wrong, the missions looked extremely cool. I can't wait to do all of them. I can't wait to collect all the Peaches coins and find every little secret in the overworld. Of course I'm going to do that. I'm a massive Mario Kart fan, and I love my open world sandbox kind of games, and I feel like that's really diving into this. But just with an entire story mode, or not even a story mode, just little missions on the side. Collect a certain amount of coins and you unlock a character that's really desperate for coins, or find some food bags around the world and bring it back to someone, you unlock that character. Like maybe Poochie on the side, you have to get a certain amount of bones in the desert, and then you unlock Poochie as a driver. That's what I really would have liked to have seen. Maybe that's just way too far-fetched for this game, and maybe that's just us YouTubers and just the community overselling it and overthinking it, but for me, that would have been really, really cool to see. Again, that doesn't take away from the fact that I'm going to play this game like crazy. I'm not disappointed in the game at all. I'm just more thinking about the long-term longevity of it and the possibilities that it could have opened up. or even the possibility of, hey, maybe more tracks will continue to come out as the game progresses. You don't have to mention DLC, what it's going to look like, but the promise of delivering more, I think would keep people way more actively engaged. Alright, let's just go over everything that they kind of announced in the Direct and just give my opinions on that part as well. So, probably the thing that I'm most excited about is just the new techniques. In particular, the new charge jump move. I really love this. Not only can you actually just like jump up on the spot just to dodge items coming, but it also allows you to start up a combination into going onto a rail, just where you can just grind on it. You can even just jump on walls and then casually drive on them. Imagine all the shortcut possibility that's gonna just open up. And even just jump onto your opponents as well for another trick ability. I specifically like how you can also chain this together with wall rides, and then can just start uncovering some hidden routes. I also just love how bouncy and animated the characters are just on the select screen and in the carts driving. In my personal opinion, this is extremely golden. Something that I probably wasn't that big of a fan of was actually the rewind mode. This kind of just seems like the game's being played on extra easy mode. Don't get me wrong, I'm extremely glad that we can't use this online, but maybe call me just an old school gamer here, but I kind of like actually failing something over and over again till you actually get it, rather than just getting the practice out time and time again. Look, I could be in the complete opposite camp to other people on this one, and hey, that's just my opinion, but I kind of feel like this is just easy mode. Speaking of easy mode, there are also a ton of new accessibility features like auto accelerate, smart steering, auto item use, tilt controls. If you put all of these on, you're essentially just letting the cart drive for yourself, which again for kids, this is probably a good thing. So yeah, this is kind of like a nothing thing for me personally. They also showed off battle mode, and you have your typical balloon battle and then also coin runners. I actually do like how this does look. It's also nice to see there's actually dedicated stages for the battle modes, and then also just normal kind of track ones. It almost seems like a balance between Mario Kart 8's original version and then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's version as well. I do actually kind of prefer the more dedicated battle stages, as they actually look pretty good from what we saw. But hey, I'm just glad that battle mode has officially been confirmed. It was also nice to get confirmation of time trials also coming back. These are always really fun to compete in. I also like in the versus race section too, the team element looks really fun. The more the merrier in that regard. The online features also look pretty cool as well. We got confirmation that 4 players per race can play on split screen and on the same console. And then you can play local wireless with 8 players too. Just a little nice to have feature. I also like how you actually can meet up with friends in free roam too. I do kind of wish that there was some sort of servers where you could just see other people racing around just casually, just making this world feel really full all the time. But who knows. We also got to see the items all in play too. And if you watched all the preview footage, this isn't anything new, but I am glad that we're getting a few new items this time too. My favorite one is definitely just having the feather return. I can't wait to then use the feather to jump and then charge up a jump as well and get extra high. Hopefully there's a few secrets around the world that just sort of really like eats into that part. We also got to see the main menu, and this looks pretty similar to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And if you look even carefully, you'll notice it also seems that they have the point system as well from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I didn't hate that in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but if you like grinding points online, well, you're going to be able to do it again. Photo mode also looked pretty cool. I love that in Mario Kart Tour, and this just seems to be taking it to the next level. So a massive tick for me there. I also really liked how they kind of touched on making your own different kind of routes between different courses. We already know there's a bunch of different routes you can take. So almost having like a Mario Kart Maker sort of thing here, just in terms of where you want to drive, I'm a really big fan of, and I'm glad they actually announced that. The carts as well all look extremely cool. It just makes me so giddy seeing heaps of these designs, especially the Rob the Robot cart. And one thing that I did notice with all the carts is that it seems to actually be that different carts have different colors. I'm not sure if this is based on if you choose a certain character it goes with a different color, or you have the option to actually choose a skin of your cart. I'm not too sure. The carts look extremely cool as well. Probably my favorites out of all of them just have to be like the carpet flyer, the bulldozer, the dolphin dasher, this kind of like fish bike as well, some sort of thing that just resembles a radio speaker, the warp pipe bike, the Rob bike, and probably just this like funky dory kind of boat thingy. they all look pretty cool. We didn't learn too much new information about the characters, only the fact that we now have a Koopa Trooper that's dressed up as a sailor, which is pretty damn dope. And also, we got another good look at the actual character select screen. It's nice to see a few of these characters officially seen in the selection screen too. However, having all the costumes here right now does scare me a little bit, because this could get pretty messy when there's a whole lot of characters. But there is a sort button, so fingers crossed that actually works. Alright, so now I just want to go into a few things that we actually learned from the Japanese website, and just a few question marks as well that I just have on this game from what we've seen so far. First up, it actually seems that you unlock different carts by collecting coins again. Very similar to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Do I like this? Not at all. But at least you unlock the carts quickly, I guess. I mean, I would prefer if you had to grind for some carts and you kind of got like this. Imagine you unlock a gold card of some sort and you're like, damn, I had to grind for this and I had to do this certain amount of challenges to get it. I would have much preferred that method, and again, we can't completely judge this until we have it in our hands, but that's just my stance on it. And the same goes with the character unlocks too. I do like how it has a lot of different characters and skins, and you get to unlock the skins by collecting different food items. That's cool, but again, if you start incorporating other unlock methods too, that would have been so much better in my opinion. One thing that's caught my attention a fair bit is just this 1-up fuel thing that we see on all the select screen. It appears that it's a decal of some sort. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of recall seeing something during the treehouse footage that you can maybe unlock decals for your carts just to customize how they look. I'm all for extra customization. It'd be really cool if these decals and gave you some kind of stat boost or whatever that might have looked like, but hey, this is better than nothing. They also kind of didn't really touch on this part during the direct itself, but I'm just a really big fan of how you can transform with the different vehicles in the overworld. This is pretty nuts, and it just implies that there's heaps of different vehicles that you actually can command, and that's pretty hype in my opinion. I also saw this Twitter post by a fellow YouTuber called Infight, and I thought it was worth just kind of showing off. Essentially, Dave is just showing 25 character icons on the bottom row here, despite us only knowing of 24 with costumes. If you look pretty carefully, it seems that there might be another baby character here, potentially Baby Pauline, so I thought that one was worth mentioning. And they also used an image extractor on the Japanese website and found that there's 12 more images that are blank. As I mentioned, these are just placeholders probably for something that's going to be announced later on, maybe for new characters or costumes, so I thought it was worth just bringing up. Which is definitely exciting, but don't get your hopes up too high because I don't want them to be let down, but hopefully this is going to all come to fruition and we'll get more characters and maybe carts and all that kind of stuff as we just learn more about the game and hopefully play the game ourselves. Also, the other thing that wasn't actually mentioned in the direct itself that I really do like is just all the different kind of music from other Mario Universe places. Like, for example, we heard Bob on Battlefield, and even a Yoshi story song too. So that's pretty damn exciting that they're reusing this stuff. Who knows if it has any relevance to the actual game itself, but you'd probably expect so. And I'm pretty damn excited about that. That kind of leans into a bit of my theory from the Mario Kart radio idea I had over on the Game Explain video that I recently featured on. So hopefully that will come to the surface. When it comes to unlocking characters from Kamek's ability, we've actually seen a few other transformations that haven't been confirmed as characters yet. There's a lot. I don't expect them all to become drivers, but you'd expect maybe a few might. That's kind of everything that we actually learned from the direct itself. As I kind of mentioned at the start, these are all things that we kind of already knew about just from watching a bunch of previews. Again, for the average consumer that doesn't have all the time in the world to watch this, I'm sure the direct just maybe answered a few more of those questions for him. But for us Mario Kart fans, and just Nintendo fans in general that are always searching the internet for every little piece of detail, it didn't tell us anything new. So, in that regards, I can see why people were disappointed. Was I personally disappointed? I would say I was like a 6 out of 10. I'm happy because we got to have a few extra things explained, but I would have liked to know a little bit more or just a promise of more to come. If this is just the game as it is and this is the final thing, I'm gonna love this game just regardless because it looks like a lot of fun. and there's a lot of details packed into it. However, if you promise more to come and other things that we don't know are going to be in there, then it brings me to like an 8 or 9 out of 10 of excitement. Because, for example, all the characters, they all look so damn incredible. I would actually like some more Mario Universe characters, not just the enemies, like Professor Egad or Toadsworth or something like that. Or, you know, Diddy Kong, Funky Kong, any of the Kongs, give us something. But if you would have told me about this game like 3 months ago to 2-3 years ago, I'd be extremely happy with what we got now. But yeah, this has kind of been everything that we learned about in the Mario Kart World Switch Direct, of all my thoughts and opinions on it as well. I really just wanted to get my actual thoughts out there because I feel like directly after the Direct, I was pretty just hyped by seeing a whole lot more Mario Kart footage. But as time has gone on, I've kind of just had more time to actually just sit here with my thoughts and really just explore everything that we learned in more detail. And although I am so damn excited for this game, I just would have liked to seen maybe a little bit more or a promise of more. We know it's going to be incredible and just super fun, but is that it? Is that everything? We don't know. I don't know. Maybe my uncle at Nintendo might know, who knows? But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, it'd be much appreciated if you can leave a like, comment, and also subscribe. It will help out this channel immensely. My more structured videos, where are going to be actual script based and collaboration based as well, are coming next week. So really stay tuned for those analysis and comparison series because I am working damn hard on those. So I hope you enjoy them when they come. Until next time though, make sure to jump into the Swift Cafe Discord to actually chat with me and other Mario Kart fans too. And make sure to take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all in the next video. See ya!